Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Heather, I'm the Bent Yogi. Welcome to Friday Power Flow. In most of my Friday Power Flows, we move at a pretty good pace. I like that. I like to really get going and get moving. But sometimes I also like to slow down a little bit. And I've had some requests from you to do just that, to slow the Friday Power Flows down. So that is exactly what we are going to do today. We are going to go slower in our Friday Power Flow. So come onto your mat and let's get started in Downward Facing Dog. Get yourself set up in your downward dog or in your child's pose. Set your gaze or close your eyes. Set your hands and your feet. And begin to tune into your breath. Take a big breath in. And a long breath out. And you can let your breath begin to slow down and deepen. And I find that that's not something you have to push or force. It's something that happens naturally, at least for me, when I have the time. When I have the time to breathe and be in my body and be present. So just notice that. Notice if you can let your breath start to slow down, begin to deepen. As you tune into your breath and you feel your body, if you want to add in some movement here, you can add in some movement. Maybe you walk out your dog or move your head or your hips around. And notice if you rush that. Let your breath slow down. Allow yourself to slow down. And take a deep breath in. Then a long breath out. Bring your feet together a little bit forward. Extend your right leg up to the sky. As your right leg lifts, you can let your left heel sink a little closer to your mat. Engage your left leg, engage your core. Feel your right foot. Maybe wiggle your right toes or make some circles with that right foot. And lift your right leg a little higher. Big breath in. Now bend your right knee for your down dog hip opener. Still let that right knee lift up as the right foot goes to the left. You can play around with this. Focus on the hip by rolling the right shoulder down or let the right shoulder roll open. Your practice, you feel it out. Your body, you feel it out. Inhale, take that right leg back up and bring the foot down. Now lift your left leg up to the sky. So start with your three-legged dog. Even though you know where you're headed or you have an idea, don't rush it. Slow it down. Spread your fingers wide. Let your head drop here. Right heel sinks a little closer to your mat. Maybe some movement with that left foot, your left toes, so you can really connect. Take a big inhale and bend your left knee for your down dog hip opener. Keep lifting your left knee. Maybe you roll the shoulder open or you roll it down. Feel your breath. Take a big inhale. That left leg goes back up. Now step your left foot to your left thumb and your right foot to your right thumb. Feet about hips width distance. Come on into your ragdoll. Hang forward here. Grab your elbows if you like or let your hands dangle. Soften your knees. Soften your toes. Soften your face. Feel if you can soften into where you are. There's a lot of strength in that. There's a lot of strength in this. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. A big inhale. And a big exhale. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Now if you're holding your elbows, release your hands, walk your feet closer together to touch, and come on up to stand. Rise up. Reach your hands up from the ground. Lift up. A big inhale. Hands to your heart. Exhale. Set your gaze here. Lower your gaze or close your eyes. Set an intention for your practice if you like. And together, let's take a big breath in. And a long breath out. Inhale. Sweep your hands up and reach up. Fold forward. Exhale. Halfway lift, flat back. Couple of breaths here. Right, this is usually a transitional pose. So pay a little more attention. Allow your spine to lengthen, be grounded through your feet, your core engaged. Little lift to your chest and your heart. Take a big breath in. Now hands to your mat. Step back to your high push-up, high plank. As you set this up, you can have your knees lifted or lowered, still strong through your core and really long from the crown of your head out through your heels. Take a big breath in. Move forward, halfway down, low push-up, chaturanga. You can pause here, drop your knees or come all the way down. Upward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. You might work with a cobra or a low cobra. And as you exhale, press back to your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Take a big inhale. And a big exhale. Once more, a deep breath in here, fill up. As you exhale, step or jump to the front of your mat. Set your feet, halfway lift, flat back. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Lift up, reach up. You can look up, fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, flat back. Inhale, hands to your mat. High push up, forward and down, low push up. Remember, you can drop your knees or come all the way down. Upward facing dog. A big breath in, and as you exhale, back to your downward facing dog. You can add in child's pose at any point during your practice. Set your gaze here or close your eyes. Take a deep breath in, and a long breath out. A big inhale, fill up, and a big exhale, empty out. Once more, deep breath in. And as you exhale, step or jump to the front. Halfway lift, inhale, flat back. Fold forward, exhale. Inhale, rise to stand. Reach up. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Hands to your mat. Step back to your high push-up. Forward and halfway down, low push-up. Elbows squeeze in. Inhaling, upward facing dog, leading with your heart. Exhale, back to your downward facing dog. And then take a couple of breaths here. Take your time with your breath. Feel your breath, feel your body. Feel your intention. And the intention that's built into just showing up. I've said this before. The intention that is built into this practice, into being present. Take a long breath in. And a long breath out. Another big inhale here. And as you exhale, step or jump to the front. Halfway lift, inhale, exhale, fold. Katasama, chair pose. Set your feet. Put a big bend to your knees. Sit down, sit back. And then lift up, lift your heart. Reach your hands higher, work with your hands at your heart. You can have your feet together or apart, but feel where you have your feet. Maybe wiggle your toes a little bit. Here, hands up overhead. You can take opposite hand to opposite elbow behind your head. Bring your elbows back a little bit. Almost like a back bend here. And then as you inhale, reach your hands back up. As you exhale, sit a little bit lower. Take one more deep breath in. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Hands to your mat. High push-up to low push-up. Exhale. Inhale. Upward facing dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Right foot steps to your right thumb. Warrior one. Set your feet. And rise up. You can add in some space by taking your front foot a little more forward. Tracking your front knee over your front ankle. Long through your back leg. Lift up out of your hips. Extend your hands higher, work with your hands at your heart. Take a big breath in, and a long breath out. Breathe in, and breathe out. Take another big inhale here. As you exhale, open out to your warrior two. Now, again, you can take up a little more space. Walk your front foot a little more forward. Tracking your front knee still over your front ankle. Lengthen through your arms, lengthen through your fingers. Let your spine be long here so you're tall and upright. I think I just disturbed Winston. Spin your palms to the sky and take your right hand high, reverse your warrior. I got a little too enthusiastic. Big bend in your front knee. Find a place for your back hand, your left hand that works for you. Take a really big inhale here. And as you exhale, bring your hands down to your mat. Step back to your high push-up. Move forward and down, low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward. Warrior one, rise up. Set your feet, adjust your feet as needed. Feel that you can land right here, right now. But you don't have to feel stuck. You can adjust as needed. Set your gaze, soften your shoulders. Take a big breath in. And a long breath out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Dip into your front knee. Take a big inhale. Now open out to your warrior two. Adjust your footing, lengthen your stance. Keep that big bend in your front knee. Watch out for leaning forward. Stay tall and upright in your upper body. Extending out through your arms, extending out through your fingers. You can also bring your hands to your heart, extending your breath. Take a big inhale and a long exhale. Spin your palms to the sky. And take your left hand high, reverse your warrior. Reach up and go back, finding a place for your right hand that works. Watch out for collapsing in the back knee. Ground through your feet. Lift through that back leg. Lift from the left hip. A big inhale. And as you exhale, hands come all the way down to your mat. Step back to your high push-up. Move forward and down. Low push-up. Little pause here. Strong core. Inhale. Upward facing dog. Exhale. Back to your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth and empty out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Take a big inhale here. And as you exhale, step or jump to the front. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Katasama, chair pose. Sit down, reach up. Strong foundation, big bend in your knees. Heart high, take a big inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Hands to your mat. High push up. Forward and down, low push up. Find that little pause at the bottom. Upward dog, a big breath in, little pause at the top. Exhale, back to your downward facing dog. Step your right foot to your right thumb. Warrior one, rise up. Open out, warrior two. Find your footing here. Spin your palms to the sky. Take your right hand high, reverse your warrior. Side angle, Parsva Konasana. Right elbow to your right thigh and your left arm reaches up for the sky. And you keep your right elbow where it is, or you can slide your right hand down inside your right foot. Keep the right knee over the right ankle, your right knee over your right ankle. Keep tuning into your breath and your intention. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. Reach your top arm a little higher. Now extend your top arm forward so your left arm tracks over your left ear and your whole left side body. Really long here. Feel if you can stay grounded, connected to the back foot. Stay connected with your breath. A big breath in and a long breath out. Breathe in and breathe out. Soften your toes. Soften your face and your jaw. Take a big inhale and a big exhale. And notice if you are anticipating what's coming next. If you are in a hurry to get out of the pose, stay here. Take another big inhale and a big exhale. One more deep breath in. As you exhale, bring your hands down to your mat. Spin to the ball of your left foot, runner's lunge. Frame your right foot with your hands. Press into your right foot and lift your left leg. Standing leg raise, standing leg split. So I don't have much of a standing leg split. It was a game changer for me when I heard someone call it Standing leg raise. You can lift your left leg, right? It doesn't have to be really high. Take your time with it. And even as you lift your left leg, if you feel like you can't come into standing leg split, you're still here. You're coming into this, your variation. One or both hands to your standing ankle if you like. Right? Use your drishti, really strong core. Lift up through your right leg. Take a big breath in. Right here, a big breath out. Now, if your hands are on your ankle, bring them back to your mat. Left leg stays lifted. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, bend both knees, and your left knee tucks in behind your right. Your chest comes to your right thigh. Inhale, lift off. Straighten that right leg. Take your left leg high. You can drop your head. And as you exhale, bend your knees. Left knee tucks in behind the right. Inhale, lift your hip, lengthen. And as you exhale, bend and tuck in. One more time. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Now this time, as you exhale, that left knee comes down beside your right foot. You're coming into your seated twist. Sit down. Adjust where you have the right foot. You take your hands to your right knee. Sit really tall and upright. Now start to twist to the right. Left hand on your right knee. Right hand comes back behind you. This right hand is a nice self-assist, so you're not rounding and collapsing. And you can keep your left hand on your right knee, or you can take your left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Lengthen through your spine. Lift up. Take a big breath in. And a long breath out. A big inhale. And a big exhale. Take one more deep breath in. As you exhale, come on back to center and come on into your boat pose, Navasana. Set this up. You can start with bent knees, extend your legs, extend your hands. You can also work with your feet or your hands down. Strong core, low belly draws in and up. Breathe here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now cross your ankles, rock forward, plant your hands, and make your way back to your downward facing dog. You can move through your flow or just step back. Take a deep breath in and a big breath out. Once more, a big inhale and a big exhale. Here, step your right foot to your right thumb. Warrior 1, rise up. Open out, warrior 2. Straighten your right leg, pivot your toes towards the side edge of your mat, interlace your fingers at your low back. You can add a towel or a strap between your hands. Let your shoulders roll back, knuckles drop down, heart lifts. So feel this, a little bit of a standing back bend, maybe a lot of a standing back bend. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, fold forward. Let your hands, to your own degree, start to come up and over. I'm noticing a lot of resistance in my left shoulder these days. Okay, so you can notice that where you feel resistance, and then take your time with it. Like, notice the resistance. You can always ease off. You can adjust the variation. You can also stay with it. Soften into it. Take a big breath in. And a long breath out. A big inhale. And a big exhale. Here, bring your hands down to your mat, under your shoulders, come halfway up. Pivot around towards the back edge of your mat. Left toes point forward. Come to the ball of your right foot. Runner's lunge. Plant your hands. Step your left foot back. High push-up. Pause in your high push-up. Left hand on your left shoulder. Heels to your left for side plank Vashtistasana. Now you can stack or stagger your feet and bring your right hand behind your head. Bring your head back into your hand. Right, so you get really long from the crown of your head through your heels. If you want to lift your top foot or take a transit side, you can. If you want to bring your bottom knee down, you can. Take a big inhale here. And as you exhale, lightly bring your right hand down to your mat. Come into your high push-up. Move forward and down, low push-up. Little pause. Inhale, upward facing dog. Lead with your heart. Exhale, back to your downward dog. Or add in a child's pose. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. a big inhale, and a big exhale. Take another deep breath in here, fill up. And as you exhale, step or jump to your hands. Halfway lift, inhale, exhale, fold. Katasama, chair pose. Set your feet, let your feet be even, big bend in your knees. Strong core, heart lifts. Take a big inhale, fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale, hands to your mat. Step back to your high push-up, move forward and down, low push-up. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling back to your downward facing dog. Step your left foot to your left thumb, warrior one. Come on up. Big bend in your front knee, hands high. Crown of the head reaches up. Take a big inhale. Open out to your warrior two. Lengthen your stance, ground through your feet. Spin your palms to the sky. Left hand high, reverse your warrior. Reach up and go back. Now side angle, Parsva Konasana. Left elbow on your left leg. And your right arm up to the sky. Feel your feet, soften your toes. You can slide your left hand down, inside or outside the front foot. If you want to bring the ground up to you, try a prop like a block or even a water bottle under your left hand. Grounded, supported. You can use this left hand for support, but still lifting up and opening up. And take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Breathe in and breathe out. Here, extend your top arm forward, lengthening through your right side body, still long through your left side body, from your left hip to your left armpit. How often do you get to pay attention to your armpits in a good way? Let your right shoulder roll back. Notice if your back foot has rolled up off your mat, reconnect there. Notice if you've lost the bend in your front knee, reconnect there. Reconnect right here, right now. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Reach your top arm back up. As you exhale, bring both hands down to your mat. Spin to the ball of your right foot. Frame your left foot with your hands. Now lift off. Standing leg raise, standing leg split. Lift your right leg. As you lift your right leg, lengthen through your left leg. Engage your core. You can drop your head. You're not worrying about the name of the pose. You can call it whatever you want. Feel what you can do right here, right now. If you want to play around with it, set your gaze. Bring one or both hands to your standing ankle. And it's okay if you're a little bit wobbly, right? Let your breath be strong and steady here. Keep extending through that right leg. Keep lifting it up. Take a big breath in. And a long breath out. Now bring your hands to your mat if they're not there. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, bend both knees. Tuck your right knee in behind your left and your torso comes to your left thigh. Inhale, lift off. Lengthen that right leg. Extend. And as you exhale, bend your knees. Drop into this. Tuck in. Inhale, lift up. Lengthen. Exhale and bend. One more time. Inhale, lift up, lengthen, extend. Now as you exhale, bring that right knee, your right knee down beside your left foot, the baby toe side of your left foot, and sit down, setting up for your seated twist. You can adjust, slide your left foot back a little bit. I've said this before, I like hands to the left knee, right? A reminder to lift up, a self-assist. And then your left hand can come back behind you, right hand on your left knee as you twist to your left. Soften your shoulders. Right. Keep lifting and lengthening. You can keep your right hand on your knee or take your right elbow to the outside of the left knee. If you like to bind, you can set that up here. Inhaling and lengthening. As you exhale, feel if there's room to twist. Breathe in. And breathe out. Big inhale, big exhale. Once more, deep breath in here. As you exhale, come back to center, and you guessed it, come back into your boat pose, Navasana. This time, bent knees, strong core. Reach forward with your peace fingers, hook your big toes, and extend your feet forward. And this is a nice self-assist. There's definitely balance, but pressing your heels forward, You might find you can lift your chest a little higher. You can keep your feet together. You can take your feet wide, rock up a little bit, press through your heels. Again, there's some balance here. Notice if you're hanging on, take a big breath in and a long breath out. Bring your legs back to center and come back to your boat pose. Whoa, I almost tipped over. Hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross your ankles, rock forward, plant your hands, and make your way back to your downward facing dog. Again, you can move through your flow. You can just step on back. Take a deep breath in here. And a long breath out. A big inhale. And a big exhale. Take another deep breath in, fill up. And as you exhale, step or jump to your hands. Halfway lift, inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, lift up, reach up, fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale, hands to your mat. High push-up to low push-up as you exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog, exhale, downward facing dog. Will be a little uneven. One less warrior two on the left side than on the right today. Bring your feet together and forward. Take your right leg up to the sky. Lift up your three-legged dog. Lift up out of your shoulders, ground through your hands, spread your fingers wide. Take a big inhale. Now bend your right knee for your down dog hip opener. And if you want to flip your dog, you can let that foot pull you over. Grounded but lifting out of your shoulder or your shoulders. And if you're over, come on back around. Take your right leg back up. Roll the hip down now. Set up your half pigeon. Take your right knee forward to your right thumb. If you can walk your left leg back. I like to adjust my right foot. I take advantage of that space there. Take advantage and enjoy this space here. Big inhale. And a long exhale. If this variation isn't a good fit today, you can come into the variation on your back. You can ease off this variation. Maybe add in a prop under your hip or your chest or your forehead. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. And there's effort involved in showing up like this. So once you do show up, maybe ease off yourself a bit. That's not to say that you can't challenge yourself. But notice if you are beating yourself up, in your head especially. Let your breath lengthen and deepen. Keep tuning into your breath. Keep feeling where you are. Keep feeling your intention and the intention of this practice. Part of the intention, absolutely, help us to be present. Assist us so we can be in our strength and be in our power and be at ease and be in joy. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. If you are always rushing around, if you're always rushing through your practice, through your day, if you're always in a hurry to get to the next thing, then you miss out on this thing. Notice if your mind is wandering off. Come on back to your breath. Come back to where you are. Take a big breath in. And a long breath out. Set your hands under your shoulders and make your way back to your downward facing dog. You can add in a flow, add in a three-legged dog if you like, or a tabletop, a child's pose even. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. Now bring your feet together and forward. Take your left leg to the sky. Feel your right heel sink a little closer to your mat, your right leg engaged, your core leg engaged. Your core leg engaged? No. Feel your right heel drop a little closer to your mat. Feel your right leg engage. Feel your core engage. Lift your left leg a little higher. Now bend your left knee down, dog hip opener. And if you want to flip your dog on this side, you can flip your dog on this side. If you want to work with your right knee down, you can work with your right knee down. A big breath in and a long breath out. And if you are over, come on back around. Extend your left leg back up. Lift and reach. Now half pigeon. The setup might be really similar to the other side. Might be really different. So pay attention so that if it needs to be different, it can be. Not forcing your body into a particular variation, not forcing your breath, not even forcing your thinking mind or yourself to slow down, but just instead allowing everything to slow down. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. As you breathe here, check in, feel. You can soften your fingers, maybe your face, your jaw. Soften the hold you have to some of that stuff in your thinking mind and the hold that it has on you. Keep coming back to your breath. Take a big inhale and a big exhale. Take another big inhale and a big exhale. Hands under your shoulders. One last downward facing dog. So if you want to skip it and come right onto your back, you can. But if you want to come into your downward dog or a three-legged dog or move through a flow, go for it. You have the time for that. You have the time for this yourself. Take a big inhale. Open your mouth, empty out. Bring your knees to your mat. Sit back over your heels. Lie down on your back and set up for your bridge or your wheel. Set your feet flat as you inhale. Lift your hips up. You can wiggle your shoulders under. Use your hands under your hips for lift. Use a prop under your hips for lift. And you can come up for your bridge or come up for your wheel. Lifting your hips, but also letting your heart lift, right? Feeling where you are. Feeling what you are doing. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. A big inhale. And a big exhale. And take one more deep breath in. And as you exhale, gently lower all the way down onto your back. Bring the soles of your feet together. Drop your knees to the sides for Supta Baddha Konasana. Take a really big breath in here. And empty out. Moving from here into Shavasana. You can stay here. You can take your legs out or up, add in any last adjustments, poses that feel right. Softening your breath. Letting the attention to your breath assist you in softening. So you can enjoy these last few moments of your practice. Take a big breath in. And a long breath out. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Just bring some gentle movement back to your body. Drawing your knees to your chest. Roll to one side and make your way to seated. Bring your hands to your heart. Set your gaze, lower your gaze, or close your eyes. Together, let's take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Drawing your thumbs to your forehead, to your third eye center. Together we say, Namaste. All right, everyone. Thanks. Thanks for joining me for today's Friday Power Flow. A little slower than usual. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment below. Again, thanks for joining me. I'm Heather. I'm the Bent Yogi. Take care of yourself, take care of each other, and I'll see you soon.